shooting star, yeah, all over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not what my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just about set for football. The veteran Matt Gay has it teed up, and we are underway now at Lucas Oil Stadium. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. Oh, and there's a big hit right away as he's knocked down hard on the opening kickoff. Throwing first play is Herbert. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And they'll run it here. And that is going to work out just fine. The defense caught leaning the other way. The reverse works for good yardage and a first down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Charger drive about to get going.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Now 2nd and 9. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He gets it to Johnston. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy, a graduate of the Naval Academy. Back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Harris. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The Colts at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Richardson looks to throw once more.
Looking middle, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Richardson.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. CeeDee Lamb. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
play action. It's Herbert. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Here's Richardson to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Here comes third and about a foot. Richardson out of the shotgun. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Richardson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And this is incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Now it's Richardson. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Off play action, Richardson. That is caught by Lamb.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. In motion, the tight end.
They go play action with Richardson.
Over the middle, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Richardson looking to throw this.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
Richardson looking to throw.
Flushed out right.
Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Richardson working from the gun.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Pat Freiermuth. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room.
He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 39. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Home to try. Hey, go orange. 21.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Cortland Sutton, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Ram. Go orange.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
Escaping a tackler at the 25. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The good
Would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught inside the 5. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. K.J. Hamler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And the touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
That went behind his man, incomplete. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chargers 19.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Richardson escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Richardson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. Looking to throw. Richardson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second and 10.
Go! Come back, team! Come!
Again, it's Richardson.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw. Richardson. Going right side here, and that's complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Looking to throw. Richardson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, they're certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Downs going in motion left. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Back to the air with Richardson.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Josh Downs
from 4 yards out.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And bulldozing his way through.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now Richardson. Open man, that's the tight end fire move.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Juju Brents.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now this taken in by Downs.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That's good for a Colts.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Richardson.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor from 8 yards out.
And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On the option to give to Taylor here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling.
Touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And now here's another interception. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Gay is on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 27-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Here's Herbert. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Being chased outlet. Herbert has it knocked free. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Left side to Lamb. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Third down. The Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Hey, go Lion.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped him.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 44-yard line.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. A big play there for Indy. 43 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Gay is on for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Zaire Franklin.
And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's